you'll notice that I'm spending less time just standing there. That's because there are fewer decisions I have to make in terms of, like, how I'm prioritizing things for the next one.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, process of elimination means that your list gets shorter.
Okay, you can't do anything with that thing yet. That switchy thing.
The switchy thing.
Shiny.
And we're locked in.
Oh no!
Shiny. Get the shiny. You got the shiny.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
Except...
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
is that Gilgamesh?
that is not Gilgamesh. That is Red Giant.
That was not a surprise. Because Gilgamesh is a GF.
Yes, unfortunately he does not show up in this session. Although he could have shown up at any time in any battle. How did he miss that? He, like, sliced her right down the middle.
I don't know.
Anyway, Red Giant has Pandemona if you don't have that GF already. What?
You should already cut out completely.
Sucks.
What sucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, also, my character's evade stat is getting pretty good. Okay, so I was forgetting something that I really should have done. On Disc 4, Meltdown is your best friend. Oh, wait, I found something else that worked. Meltdown basically nerfs any special defense they have.
That's very helpful.
Like, it's like Armor Break in Final Fantasy X in that eventually it becomes sort of like you have to use it on almost every enemy, at least every boss, before you can get any damage done. Is everyone still in the call? I feel like after that...
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
good.
Hello.
Yeah, it was just Skype majorly glitched up, and I couldn't hear anything for
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Actually, finished downloading the video. I'm trying to find it on my computer now rather than needing more data with the streaming.
Wait, you lost your place in the video?
No, I found it. I'm doing it as a precaution.
Okay. And
He
I
died.
turned something from metal into... made out of metal into something that looks even harder, except that it just disintegrates.
Bye-bye.
Hooray! Disintegration! The best victory!
Of course.
And yet the diamond armor still survived.
You should sell that.
Exactly to whom am I going to sell it at this point?
The black market.
Okay, so I got the one I wanted that time.
On me.
And now I can actually use, like, life spells and the revive command in Phoenix Down.
Yay!
Yes!
Alright, I think this is a point where I do one of the optional things. There is a way to get a Rosetta Stone, which is a very useful item. It teaches a GF the ability times 4 ability.
Which is...
And it teaches them Latin. I'm not Latin, Egyptian.
Didn't it have several languages on it?
It had Greek, kind of simplified Egyptian script, and then like the formal, like, big, awesome hieroglyphics. And we knew Greek, but we didn't know the other two, so that's how we managed to learn them.
Anyway, Jen, in response to your question, it lets you equip 4 different character abilities instead of the usual 2 or 3.
Oh my.
Nice.
That's very useful.
Bahamut or slash AnniexoHoshi comes with that ability. No other GF does.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm just that useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You're
Wait.
so very helpful.
Oh, I thank you.
Did you divide your team into kind of party, party alpha, which actually is all the likable characters, and then the second one, just all the characters that everyone hates?
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Selphie and
That's an opinion.
I don't think, I'm pretty sure most people don't like Selphie or Zell. At least not nearly as much as the rest.
I like Selphie. I've said this before. If it were like a movie, I would have her be a closet nerd.
Yeah, but she's not.
What about all the stuff she knows about trains and the way she can somehow get computers to operate in the way she wants?
She sings weird songs about trains, and she punches computers until they work.
But they work. She does it enough times that it can't be just luck.
Sure, why not? Why can't it be luck? They compress time and fix it through the power of love and friendship. I mean, I don't think that being lucky is that.
I have to agree with Hikaru on this one. I do think she's a closet nerd with what he just said.
That's why she's so bubbly and intense, is because she's trying to not be a closet nerd, but she is.
Anyway, if you notice that big cloud of black stuff, yeah, we're gonna get back to that later.
Okie doke.
That's only slightly ominous.
Besides, my opinion is gospel.
Colin, stop.
The gospel according to Colin.
Push.
Yeah, I thought I could get something there, or maybe I knew I couldn't and was just showing it for later. So in that direction, that's sort of the general direction you want to be going eventually, like when you're getting to the end. But for now, there are still more bosses to fight.
All of the bosses.
Kill all of the bosses.
So to get to the key that lets you get to the Rosetta Stone, then you need to complete a number of steps. The first one involves taking one of your parties to a certain switch point. Now, the party that you take to this switch point should have at least 2 women in it.
And this one.
Why?
Because there is a weight-based thing. And it assumes that the male characters are heavier than the female characters.
Wouldn't you prefer to have, Selphie over, Quistis then?
Hush!
I think, the idea is that the heaviest female character is lighter than the lightest male character.
It's like the little stereotypes in general, really, isn't it?
Well, it's statistically true that men are generally heavier than women.
Yeah.
And with such a small sample size, it's plausible that there wouldn't be any deviations from that.
Yeah. And wait, okay. So we have Rinoa, Quistis, and Selphie. Then we have Zell.
They're all here on the screen.
Irvine. Okay, there it is. Irvine. I forgot about Irvine.
Well, Zell, you figure Zell can't be that light because number one, he has to have the muscles for hand-to-hand combat, and 2, he's wearing the metal gloves and stuff.
Yeah. I guess I always figured that Zell would probably be the lightest of the guys, considering how he does all sorts of backflips and whatever.
That's just because he's Zell.
I mean, look at him, he's scrawny.
And Irvine is wearing so much clothing that he can't be that light.
So that means Squall is the lightest after the men?
No, Squall has too much metal on him.
Yeah. No, he carries the weight of the world on his shoulders.
That too.
And his
It sounds like it's less like how heavy each of them individually are, and just more of like what they wear.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Selphie, I don't think would be that heavy, even if she were wearing full body armor.
Yeah, Selphie.
Selphie's a bit of a twig.
Yeah.
And Rinoa and Quistis are pretty svelte themselves. This being a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Alright, so what you're looking for is the floodgate key. And yeah, so first of all, you put the lighter party, the party that is majority women, onto the one that's lower. Then you switch parties. What am I doing?
I don't know, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm probably looking up in the guide how to finish this
You're
puzzle.
staring at the wall. You're looking at that ladder.
It's a nice
ladder.
ladder.
You're stroking the ladder. Softly caressing the ladder.
So once
put
you've
your
done
tongue
that,
to the ladder. You taste the wood grain. You whisper sweet nothings to the ladder.
what do you think I am? A xylophilic?
The ladder does not answer.
You think I'm a
whisper
freaky
to the
ladder guy?
I'll be with you forever. The ladder mourns your death. It visits your grave. It cries a single tear. That tear is made out of diamonds. The diamonds fall down to the ground.
Oh, that was a beautiful story.
Colin, a fitting reward for you would be a large piece of ham.
I'll be right back.
So if you noticed, I got the treasure vault key from looking in the fountain. I don't think I even remembered it was there. I just, pressed X. It's like, oh, look, there's a thing.
Yay!
So
Wait, so what's that black cloud thing anyway?
You shall see, Colin, you shall see.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we already went over this and I just wasn't paying attention.
Okay, when you're
And
on
that's
this
gonna be
bridge,
relevant later.
you see that thing. To get to that thing, before it falls off the bridge, you need to hold the cancel button to walk rather than run.
Why can't you run?
Because it will fall off the bridge, which is rickety.
What happens if it does fall off the bridge? Are you?
There's another way
Squall, or-
There's another way to get it, but it's more complicated than it would be just to do that.
How are you supposed to know that you can? Oh, I bet you're just supposed to run over it and then do the long way first, and then later you can do that. at the
Or
same
you could
time.
notice that the thing's falling off the bridge and then think, how can I make it not, creak like this?
Yeah, but that's too much thought.
Colin, you said that you solved Riven without using a guide. That is not too much thought.
It wasn't very much thought. It was just a lot of writing.
Okay, so you don't need the floodgate key to find any of the bosses, but you do need the armory key. The armory key was the one on the creaky bridge. And look, it's a
Face
visage.
my wrath for seeking thy unsealed power.
Well, yeah, we fought these before.
Sealed power!
It's Emperor Andros.
Oh no!
And apparently it's susceptible to several status effects.
That reminds me, I really
And then
need
back.
to play Star Fox 64.
I played it at MagFest a year ago, which reminds me, MagFest is in less than 2 weeks now. I am happy face.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
What
It
is
is
what?
music and games. That's what the MAG stand for. It's a convention.
No.
It's
What is
a,
the fighting?
it's a visage and a lefty and a righty.
Are you out of breath?
I know, because it's run upstairs.
Okay.
Okay, that's what that sound was.
Yeah, sorry about that. Can I point up out of the ground?
Yes, the visage and the lefty and the righty were not actually the boss.
It looks like Nappa from Dragon Ball Z if he was a giant zombie.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's
You're
that zombie
yeah.
now.
Despite the appearance of this thing, it is not an undead monster.
It's a wrestler.
Wasn't the crystal thing an undead monster? Because you were hurting it with, like, holy.
Things that aren't undead can be hurt with holy.
Oh.
Anyway, it cast Curse on us. Curse has absolutely no effect at this point because I haven't unlocked the limit break seal yet. Slow, on the other hand, does have an effect. Although it
Oh no.
doesn't have an effect on Selphie because she's on auto haste.
That's good.
That sounds like a good.
Okay, she's on speed. Is that better? Anyway, as we've learned, on Disc 4, Meltdown is your best friend.
Hooray!
Yay.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah!
Colin, next time I will require you to reveal all endorsement deals you have before we start a session.
Where the Macho Man is coming from? Need excitement? Snap into a Slim Jim.
Before glowing like disco colors. I mean after glowing like disco
Party like it's the end of the world, man.
Like you in saturation, no.
It's meant to be 2 days ago.
Shush.
We are still alive.
It doesn't know that.
We're doing science and we're still alive.
No, we're not.
Myth busted.
Yes, very busted.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Okay, so this time I went for save as my top one, and I got it.
Hooray!
You had to fight to get your save back.
Yes, although it's completely possible to leave the castle, use the save point outside, and then re-enter.
Okay, so that's kind of a pointless ability to take away.
Well, not if you don't have Encounter None.
How difficult is it to get Encounter None?
You have to have Diablos. Which is a tough fight, but not that tough.
Isn't that the one you get
like an
from-
optional fight, but you have to go hunt down?
Isn't that what
You don't-
Isn't that what you get from the magic lamp?
Yeah, you don't really have to hunt it down. I mean, as long as you have the magic lamp. I forget whether Sid gives that to you automatically or whether you have to talk to him one more time, like after the required dialogue.
Either way, it's pretty easy to get.
Yes, but then you also have to spend the ability points, or to get the ability points.
Gotta spend money to make money. Holla holla get dollar.
Oh, by the way, you see that cord in that room? There was a cord there. That will become significant not too long from now.
Okie doke.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not sure I'd call that a spoiler. It's more of a hint.
I'd call that a spoiler.
Okay, fine. It's a
What
spoiler.
if we saw that cord and we're like, whoa, what if that's important?
So there's one door that's very, very easy to miss in this hallway.
You found one.
So
Camera angle fail.
more like lighting fail. Oh, you mean in the other room?
Yeah.
Alright, so there are 4 boxes here, as difficult as they are to see. Your job is to get them all open.
Oh, it's one of these puzzles.
Yep, one of these puzzles.
Annoying.
This is one of those puzzles where, like, the ones beside it open up, right? Or is it, like, certain ones will only open certain other ones or something? Basically one of those puzzles where you just mess around with it until it works.
Yes, each one has a specific effect. That's, like, always the same.
Face my wrath for seeking thy sealed power.
By the way, Gargantua has Cerberus, if you don't have it. That was the last boss. This boss, Catoblipas, has
I think Katoplapas is an enemy in Shin Megami
We plan to
Tensei.
kill you!
It's
Yes, Katapapas is an enemy in SMT, but it looks very different.
Yeah, but I mean, they all come from, like, mythology.
well, this is a behemoth. This is like a boss version of a behemoth, which, as we all know, means that it's probably going to use meteor at some point.
Woo!
No,
Oh, yeah.
This.
Katoplapas is the weird one with, like, one eye and its head on the ground.
You know that it's
And
going,
jaws that can eat rocks.
and you know that it's going to use meteor if you see what magic you can draw from it.
It kind of looks like the Shin Megami Tensei versions of them are a lot more faithful to the original ones than the Final Fantasy ones.
Well, in Final Fantasy games, they can just stick a name on something
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm pretty sure Gilgamesh was never a GF back in the time of Battle of the Babylonians or whatever.
I think he also doesn't, fly onto a bridge or attempt to fly onto a bridge and go crashing off of that bridge. I love that scene in FF12. I meant to do that.
Silly Gilgamesh.
And then he just pulls out like every sword that any Final Fantasy main character has used since Cloud.
He stole them.
Anyway, I think Meteor is Kamikaze move, but I'm not sure. In any case, we can shrug off Meteor pretty easily, as you can see.
Yeah. Oh, he hit me. Oh well. Wipes off all the damage. Oh look, he's dying.
I guess it was his Kamikaze.
He died.
Alright, so only 2 seals are left. GF and Limit Break. I think I went for for GF.
We'll soon see in a second.
Oh, you won't see which one I went for, you'll see which one I got.
Alright.
At this point, it was like, I gave myself a 2 in 3 chance of getting the one I wanted. It was basically like, at the beginning it was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then, like that, those were the ratios.
That's probability for you.
Oh, no, I didn't get the one I wanted.
Oh well. You tried. Gold Star.
Gold Star, that's the most popular beer in Israel. Okay, now I made a
To
cut.
be fair, you could just have gotten what you wanted and then claimed that you rolled the dice. And no one would ever know.
If I hadn't been rolling the dice, I would have chosen command ability first.
You
Instead
could
of...
just be saying that to trick us. I
There
know,
was
like,
no strategic reason for me to pick draw first.
There was no strategic reason for you to roll dice instead of just picking what you wanted. I got you there.
It was not... It had nothing to do with strategy. It had to do with making things more interesting. I never said there was a strategic reason for it.
Sure you did.
No, he didn't.
Well, he didn't, but he meant to.
Colin.
Colin, you know this is all being recorded.
I don't care.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh yes, he did. Yeah.
In other words, we have the answer. And now I'm looking for how to get the Rosetta Stone.
I think you're probably... You're on the wrong planet.
You're aware that I'm not talking about the actual real-life Rosetta Stone.
What? Well, I mean, you could also be talking about, like, the series of programs, in which case you're still on the wrong planet.
I am also not talking about the software programs.
What
Anyway.
are you talking about?
I'm talking about the item that I've already explained.
Why would you explain the Rosetta Stone? I think most people know what the Rosetta Stone
Alright, I am now ignoring Colin. So, I just figured, alright, so the last of the bosses that have your sealed powers is this way anyway, I might as well fight it.
Yes.
Oh, but first I'm going to show what happens if you get to the end before you release all the seals. Because
you
you
see a pendulum.
Yes.
You run up to the top of the clock tower and you dial your own phone number.
What's that from?
Oh, it's Persona 2. What was it? Persona 2 something Innocent Sin. The Joker is like a character that you get. Well, not really get what you get. It's a character, the major antagonist of the game. And when you dial your own phone number, he appears and he takes away basically all of your zeal for life. Takes away your motivation to do anything.
So he makes you homesick in Earthbound.
Basically, and and basically like the big part of a major part of the game is that rumors become reality, and you're trying to figure out what exactly is your connection with Joker, while also trying to basically basically just try to figure out why in the world rumors are becoming reality and whatnot.
Because it's a video game, rumors are always reality in video games.
Well, no, because it's this interesting mechanic where you make rumors and you have them passed around in order to make them reality.
Alright, so you can fight Ultimecia before you have unsealed all your powers, but Squall will warn you that there are still sealed powers. And when you go up to the door, you'll have the option. It'll basically say, "Are you sure?"
So you can just go straight up to the top and just fight Ultimecia anyway.
Yes, you could do that, although that would pretty much be suicide.
Not if you're really, really strong. Well, actually, I think you're about the strongest you can get in the game, right?
Well, I could have spent a whole bunch more time, like, eating monsters and increasing my character's stats by doing that.
It's probably just easier to fight the bosses.
Yes.
I thought you were at max level though.
Whoa.
Yes, I am at max level.
Is that like... What exactly did that accomplish?
Got us to the other side. Where this thing is.
Can you get to the other side just by walking around?
Is my wrath for seeking my sealed power?
Yeah, anyway. This is Tiamat. It's a GF gone bad, basically. You may notice that it uses the same model as Bahamut.
Except it's blue.
Bahamut is blue, just the lighter blue.
Yeah, this does not look like the SMT edition of Tiamat. Primarily in that it doesn't have gigantic breasts.
Yes, Tiamat.
Is Tiamat?
How did you guess, Annie?
Now I'm gonna look up Tiamat. SMT.
I just guessed.
I thought the actual artwork changes a lot across the various games, but like...
Oh yeah, like this weird, monstrous, naked lady with tons of snakes and like 6 pairs of breasts.
Well, her thing in the games are she literally births all of the demons.
Yeah.
So
Well, with
she
so
kinda
many
needs to
breasts,
to
she'd
do
be
that.
able to feed them.
Something, I don't know.
Anyway,
Wait,
what I should have done against this monster is to cast slow on it, because it's vulnerable to slow and it takes so long to attack anyway.
You know,
hit it before it used Dark Flare?
No, I just survived it.
hey Jen, have you ever like looked at the Demi Kid version of all the different like characters? Of all
That
the different
hurts.
demons in Shin Megami Tensei? They basically take them and turn them into Pokemon, and it's kind of hilarious seeing some of the more bizarre ones. I wonder if they made Mara a kid-friendly version. Mara, in case you don't know, is the giant penis chariot.
Yeah, the giant penis chariot. Yeah, so I completed Strange Journey, and so then I played through it on Chaos and completed that, and so I could do the quest where you get Mara. And I'm just like, She thinks it's the best thing in the world to be a penis riding on a shadow.
Wait, the penis character is female?
Yes. She's a goddess. And she thinks she's the most gorgeous thing in the universe.
Anyway, if you do get hit with Dark Flare, you will have plenty of time to heal up the damage, because it's going to take so long for it to do it again.
Well, apparently there was a Shin Megami Tensei anime
Yeah.
of devil children or whatever, based on... Wow.
After
It
this
looks
battle,
like a
I'm
good
going
fight.
to pause the the recording, so I
Why?
can save.
Okay, well, I paused it.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Sure.
I mean, at the you say pause it for the recording, and I'm like, oh, right, okay.
I said after the battle.
Alright, but you say that.
Well, yes, because this session divides itself pretty conveniently into 3 phases. First one is unsealing my powers. Next one is fighting an optional boss, and the last one is, well, the end.
Yes. I decided. Bye-bye.
There's an optional boss this late in the game.
Yes.
That's silly.
It's a pretty death, actually, compared to the explosions.
Hey Jen, you know how Abaddon is like a giant mouth thing?
Okay,
with the
stop
wings
at
coming
50.
out of